My name is William Elliman, and I'll be talking about the AI that I coded for the card game Modern Art. So Modern Art is a card game in which players are dealt out cards, and these cards have on them a painting with an artist and a type of auction, just from one of these symbols in the corner. And after the cards are dealt out, players take turns playing the cards, and those paintings are then auctioned off for whatever kind of auction it says on the card. And then after 5 of the same artists' paintings have been sold, then the artists are given values, either 30, 20, or 10, depending on how many of their paintings have been sold. And then all of the paintings that were won in those auctions are then traded in for that value. That's the basics of the game Modern Art. Oh, and there are 4 seasons to the game. So the AIs that I made for it were starting with the 2 here, random AI, or the random AI and the merchant. The random one is kind of self-explanatory, just sort of makes random decisions. The merchant just sells paintings. It doesn't really participate in the auctions. So now I'm actually getting the smarter ones. The first smarter one was one I called the half value AI, which tries to predict how much a painting is going to be worth at the end of the season. And then when it comes to like a standard auction where people are just taking turns bidding, it will only bid up to half of the value of what it thinks it's going to be worth. The next AI that I made was the best target player, and this one was based off of the half value AI, in that this one actually bids up to half value of a painting if the painting is being sold by another player who has the most amount of money. For the other players, though, that don't have the most amount of money, it will bid up to this player count minus 1 over the player count times the estimated value of the painting, which is like a break-even value. So if you were to sell, or if you were to buy a painting from all of the other players at that price, at the end of the season, every player would break even. So then based off of this best target player AI, the next one was the predictive AI. And this one tries to make an attempt at predicting what other players or what cards other players are going to play based upon what artists' cards they've won. Pretty simple. The next one changes up how it actually predicts what's going to win, because it starts to predict what's going to win based upon what it has in its hand, or actually what it has won. So if it has won, or if it's won like 3 crypto paintings, it kind of wants crypto to win the season. So it will play crypto paintings and it will bid based around that. And the next AI based off of the predictive AI v2 was the high roller. And the real difference here with this one is that in standard auctions, these other AIs just bid 1 more than the highest bid so far, up to what the highest they're willing to bid, which usually is this player count minus 1 over the player count times the estimated value of the painting. So what the high roller does is it just bids this value right away and just tries to win the auction. That's pretty much the only difference to that one. The last one here, similar to how the predictive AI v2 sort of changes up how it predicts what's going to win, it does the same thing in that it expects whatever, or at the beginning of the season, it will look at what artist is on the top, and it will try to keep that artist on top. And which artist is in second, tries to keep that artist in second, and tries to keep that ordering. So at the bottom here, I just sort of have the evaluation of like how each of these AIs compare to each other. With the random and merchant AIs, when they played in a tournament against all of the other AIs, and they actually played 500 games in every possible order of 3 players, because Modern Art is a 3-player game at minimum. The random AI won less than 1% of the games in total, and the merchant AI won about 11% of the games. But the best AI that I have made is the Predictive AI V2, which won 26.2% of the games, which actually happens to be about 75% of the games that it played.